Hi, I'm Vladmir McTavish.
I'm Keir McAllister.
And we're doing a show called I Write How No, the comedy countdown to the referendum in Studio 2 of the Assembly Rooms at 6:30 every night.
And generally, how's your Fringe festival been so far? Have you been good shows?
We've been getting really big audiences. I mean, we've been full almost every night. We've had a couple of which not been quite totally sold out, and I think the appeal of the show is it's not just us doing it. We have different guests that change nightly.
And in terms of those guests, you choose them. I'm guessing a lot of them are Scottish comedians themselves, because they know
They're
more
all
about the
comedians. Scottish comedians or comedians with a connection to Scotland.
Okay.
So we've had the likes of Rory Bremner, Des Clark, Mark Nelson, Fred Macaulay. But we've also had Eric McElroy, who's an American of Scottish descent, who's himself doing a show about the referendum.
And was his opinions quite strange for the audience, or how was that?
Well, yeah, it was interesting to see an American defend the Better Together campaign, but then Americans have more say in Westminster than Scottish people do, so it kind of works out well. But no, we encourage all opinions from the diaspora and the political.
Yeah, it's quite interesting actually. The two people who are doing anti-yes shows are Andrew Maxwell from the Republic of Ireland and Eric McElroy from the USA, both from countries that fought wars to become independent from the UK in the first place.
Maybe they want a queen back.
Yeah,
exactly.
They probably do.
Yeah.
But they seem to object to us getting a vote in the matter.
Right, okay. And so in terms of the audiences, obviously there's going to be a split opinions between them.
Sure.
Is there any time anyone heckles, do people shout out, do people get annoyed?
The most annoyed people have got is about a joke about Lulu, actually.
Or a joke about Susan Doyle.
A joke about Susan Doyle.
Yeah, you can say what you like politically, just don't slag off our pop stars from this country. Pop stars, that's pretty up there.
Yeah. Politicians are fair game, but if you've got a singing talent, then you're sacrosanct.
Have you found that Lulu's national treasure level? Is this what you were saying?
Yeah. Well, apparently after the Commonwealth opening game, she seems to have gone up. I think most people thought she was dead, and they were quite surprised to see her there. So it's kind of her status has risen. I saw that she's getting a lot of tweets this week. So.
I mean, we've had surprisingly little argy-bargy of a political nature. I mean, and given that quite often we have an audience that don't necessarily share our views, or some of the guests we have may have views that are opposed to ours or opposed to the audience. And I think what we really set out to do in the first place was to make the show funny. And I think if you can make people laugh while satirising their views, that's fine.
Well, how is it debating with comedians on these sorts of issues? I'm guessing they're quite strong-willed.
The majority of comedians are yes. I mean, they're certainly in the Scottish circuit. There's more discussion happens up here, but there's a kind of reluctance for people to really commit to an opinion unless they know their stuff, because we're also well educated up in Scotland about the debate. It tends to be the case that English comedians and comedians around the world is educated about the intricacies of what's going on.
Effectively, they don't know what they're talking about.
Right, exactly.